It was a little over a year ago when the tingling first started in my fingers. I just assumed it was from riding my motorcycle and just going on long rides, getting the vibration from the motorcycle and the gloves getting tight on your hands, and I would get tingling on my fingers and in my arms, and my leg would start to bother me, and I'd have to take my leg off of the floorboard and straighten it out to get the pain out of my knees so I could put it back on the running board. I got to where I couldn't walk at all. I was crawling through the house, and so we called Dr. Song, and they told me to come in to the Reno office. We went down there, and I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand, so I ended up laying on the floor outside of the elevators waiting to see the doctor. They came out, the receptionist came out and told my wife just to get me into emergency. So they took me back into emergency, and Dr. Song scheduled to do the back surgery, and he did the back surgery on a Sunday.
And when we got home, he really just shut down and stayed in his room, locked himself in there.
The night before St. Mary's showed up, it would have been easy for me to commit suicide because I have the weapons to do it if I wanted to, and that's the kind of condition that I was in because it just I'd really given up. You know, I didn't want to feel the way I felt, and that's why I kept her locked out all that night. And even though she had the keys to my room, because I always leave them out here, she couldn't find the right key to open it, and that was the only thing that gave me any humor, because I could hear her out there trying to unlock the door, and I was actually laughing about it because she couldn't get in the room, and I knew the key was there, you know. But other than that, I was very, very depressed.
I asked about home health care, if St. Mary's, I had seen the name of St. Mary's in a newspaper or our church bulletin. You know, I had seen it, and I thought, I need St. Mary's.
You know, I could tell that Ron had completely disengaged from life. He was obviously in a lot of pain, and he'd just withdrawn. He wasn't doing his daily activities, he wasn't getting out of bed, he wasn't doing all the things that he would normally do in his life. Every time I would come in, he was in bed, kind of covers pulled up over his head, pajamas on. So for me, the most important thing was to make that connection with him and to find out what was important to him. It happened to be the computer and the emails, but finding out what motivated him and getting him back to engaging with life and to doing the things that he should be doing.
He was very dehydrated when we came in. We had some blood pressure problems, and he needed to start eating 3 meals, and I wanted him up out into the front room 3 times a day. I wanted to encourage the nourishment, the drinking, the mobility. I came in 48 hours later to do a follow-up visit. He was a totally different patient.
I was shown how to get in and out of bed, how to dress, how to put my clothes on, of course, how to use the restroom, how to use the bath, how to get in and out of a chair, just to motivate me to get out of the bed, and to tell me, you know, to get out of bed, set up for an hour, or go back to bed, and just things that I wasn't doing. I was just laying in bed and doing nothing. And of course, then when St. Mary's showed up, and like I say, the motivation just really perked me up. You know, it was such a difference to have you know, people that they seemed like they really cared about you, and you weren't just a patient or a paycheck to them or something like that. You know,
just the personal attention.
They didn't have the attitude of, well, I'm here at 7, I've got an hour. You know, it was, they didn't seem like they had a schedule that they had to worry about. They didn't give me as much time as needed.
You know, they really got us through the roughest part of our 42 years of marriage. They got us through it because it was a very dire situation they walked into. Turn us around in such a short time. In a matter of 3 weeks, Ron was walking where he had been crawling. before. He was able to walk. His medication had been decreased. He was smiling and being a regular person again.
Yep, that's probably my favorite part of the job, is just seeing patients grow and be able to take care of themselves, to know that they have the power of education and everything to just do well, just like Ron has. He's doing great.
My name is Ron, this is my wife Josie, and this is our story.